this is the person that has been given 24 hours to decide his fate. Do you want to live or die? Dump the Biafran agitation or die. But I know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants to die as a martyr. A person that got killed because of his conviction. Someone like the prophets that we've all known about, the biblical prophets. There are so many revolutionaries out there who have been able to lay their life down because of their conviction. I dare say because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is incorruptible, this is why he will not be able to exist in a contraption named Nigeria. Shockwave earlier today tweeted that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case has been long decided by Bola Ahmed Tinubu and of course some top northern political linguists that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu might be condemned permanently to life imprisonment, or in fact it might be condemned to death.
This is not actually a clickbait. This is what is happening, and we're going to watch two clips. So one is going to be his own analysis, and then we'll also take a look at the statement from the horse's mouth himself, which is the person of Shockwave. So what he said, we're also going to watch that particular clip as well. Now, just as the title says, Tinubu regime in high conspiracy with judiciary plots to sentence Kalu to death or life imprisonment, which I don't think that is possible because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as we all know, it's somebody that if anything happens to him, Nigeria is going to destabilize. You know, I believe Tinubu wouldn't want to be the president during his own time that Nigeria, was thrown into anarchy. I decided to keep him in prison, maybe give him life imprisonment, but to take his life, that will be throwing the whole country in chaos because there's going to be a lot of things is going to go wrong, if anything happens to him. So just like I said before, we're going to watch the two clips, his own analysis, and then the statement from the Shockwave himself, and I will then give my own final take. And also don't forget to click the red subscribe button below, turn on the notification bell, and let's just go ahead and watch the clips together.
You see, it is clear that every revolutionary, if you are not in prison, if you are not in exile, then you will, of course, be in the afterlife. At this stage and time, we all understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is nothing but an hero, a martyr, and I pray and I hope that it doesn't go down the way the Nigerian government wishes him to do. However, we have not seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with a gun for a day. Not even a toy gun.
That's the truth, because you can't accuse somebody of terrorism. He was found with nothing.
What are the offenses of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Let us take a look at it. First and foremost, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said the Northern Fulani oligarchs want to overrun the country. That is offense. That the Fulani militias want to Islamize the country. Now, that is nothing but the truth. I tried to check what is fallacious about that statement. I have tried to take a look at it decisively with keen interest and attention. I did not see one iota of lies. Because today we have the issue of Christian genocide being globally spoken about. We have a situation whereby the United States of America, the most powerful nation in the world, is alleging Nigerian government for being complicit over the Christian genocide. Meanwhile, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke about this as way back as 2016, 2017. The very first time he said it was picked, then it was released again. Then again, when he started his campaigns, yes, I must agree that there are some, preachers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that he went overboard, because he overreacted, most especially when his mother died. He said some things that we might say, okay, these things are kind of too overreaching. If the terrorists in the north can get all manners of pardon. In most cases, they even get what we call seed capital to start a new life. Then why shouldn't a person like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be given a second chance? We understand the Nigerian government said he should open its defense, but he said it would not. In fact, his lawyers have given so many reasons why they said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would not open his defense, because he knows that there's absolutely nothing he can do in the court in Nigeria that he will be able to defeat them if, of course, he's not ready to compromise or buy his way out of the mess. He said he would not. You know, Justice Omosoto at this stage and time will have maybe the blood of someone on our palms if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gets the capital punishment. If the Nigerian government makes the mistake of their life by unaliving, I'm telling you, a lot will unravel. A lot will unravel. I just use this medium to always call on Tinubu, do not be manipulated by the northern oligarchs. Don't allow them to use your head. Do not allow the northern oligarchs who have absolutely nothing, because they have nothing, so they don't care if they lose everything. Tinubu can still save face, restructure the country. Yes, he can still do that. Return us back to our era of golden age, when we're structured in regions. This was the constitution of Lancaster, that the colonial master handed over to us, because they stayed with us for many years. They were in Nigeria for over a period of 50 to 100 years. They saw that Nigerians will best govern themselves according to ethnic-religious lines. And this is what Nigeria must return to. Because if we don't, some tribe have taken it upon themselves to wipe the remaining people out. This is what they want to do. They are not stopping. They are hell-bent on it. They will always come out and boast that they have the guns. They will always come out and boast that they have the finance. So, to be forearmed is to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Tinubu must be very careful about the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because for me, I believe this Mazi Nnamdi case might be the final trigger that will scatter everything in Nigeria.
The perception that some people believe that because Kanu has committed some crimes, why should anybody fight for him? I'm going to answer this way. You know Nelson Mandela? Yes, sir. He was regarded as a terrorist because he was fighting for the liberation of blacks in South Africa. In fact, Nelson Mandela's name was not removed as a terrorist until he became president of South Africa. That was when the U.S. lifted the terrorism tag, granted him a visa, and he traveled across the world. And one of the things he said when he was visiting the U.S., same question was asked of him. Why is it that, as a person who's freedom-loving, you are supporting Cuba? Which the person said, that's a human rights violating regime, referring to Fidel Castro. He said to them, sometimes the problem with you people is that you want to choose our friends for us and you want to choose your enemies for us. That is basically what's happening in your MBA group. Some people are trying to choose your enemies for you. But the question you should ask yourself is, what is Nnamdi Kanu fighting for? Self-determination. It came out several years ago that the Igbos are tired of being treated like slaves in the country. And he wants the former Biafran region to break away as a nation state. The constitution is very clear. You can agitate for self-determination. But we don't have the position of referendum in our constitution. He started peacefully. He was going from village to village. In fact, he didn't go from village to village. He was on a radio. His only weapon was a microphone. Guess what? When he was arrested the first time, what they found on him was a microphone, not a gun. They found with Mandela a pistol. Well, with Nnamdi Kanu, they found a microphone. In fact, when they were asked to present evidence, even in the ongoing case, the evidence presented is that microphone, his underwear, top and bottom, and some of his writings. No element of terrorism was established in court. Nobody has testified that they saw him buying guns or ordering guns or ordering. They brought to court different kinds of audio messages, which was his response to when police was killing his people. When I was at Sahara Reporters, I had in my possession a video which I published at that time. I don't know if Facebook has taken. As the Nigerian army went to where IPOB people were peacefully gathering and shot them dead live. 2014, I think. They killed them right there. This was captured on tape. It was provided by Amnesty International to me. So who committed the crimes? Is it the person who started peacefully? Or the government who started so? But like I started this with, this was a good, but the simplest question a lawyer asks when you go to court is evidence, right?
Yes, sir.
If somebody is brought before a court on terrorism charges, and we have not been able to prove it in 4 years, there's something wrong with that process. Meanwhile, Simon Ekpa was arrested maybe last year. He has been convicted within 6 months in Finland. He may not have been as guilty as it, but he has the process of appeal. The trial was speedy, open, and in my own view, fair. What happens to Nnamdi Kanu? You just keep defending, detaining him. Even when the Court of Appeal said that he's discharged and acquitted and wrote that he should be released forthwith, you refuse to honor that court order. And you are going into NBA groups to say, why is anybody fighting? You are taking extra legal steps to violate the right of a campaigner for self-determination. We are taking extra legal steps to force your hand to respect his rights. That is the reason for my protest. And who is in a better position to know a sham trial if it's not Showore? I've been subjected to as many as 10 of those foolish trials. I have about 3 now pending. And they are going to end up in nothing. That's why since 1992, I don't write statements in police station. They sit me down, we are reading your rights to you, because I know we are not going to trial, for which my statement will be needed. And if I'm going to trial, my statement will not count if you have made up your mind that I'm guilty as charged. So tell your NBA friends that first and foremost, we are disappointed in them. They are not even represented in court to observe the trial. The same way they did to me in 2019. The NBA cannot, the American Bar Association sends representative to all my court trials. The Nigerian Bar Association is not in court, even as a friend of the court. You should be there standing up and say, my Lord, can we guide you? This is what the law says. The judge can say, shut up. But you are there. You go to your WhatsApp groups, and you know what they do? They then divide it into Yoruba, the people that are most vocal on Nnamdi Kanu, which riles me out, these Yoruba pseudo intellectuals. Sure, he has committed, will be sending me videos. And I tell them, I say, if you are tired of Nigeria, if Tinubu was tired of Nigeria 20 years ago and he granted an interview that Nigeria should disintegrate, why should you stop others who understand the same right? To be clear, I don't want Nigeria to break up.
This is the
The truth is, just the final take. Just let me know what you think about it in the comment section of the video. The truth is, I believe the Nigerian government already know what is at stake. So, irrespective of everything they do, they will not touch his life. So, because they know what is at stake, they stand to lose. There's so much for them to lose here. So, at stake here for them to lose. So, I believe they will not, they can only keep him, delay his trials, like prolong it and still keep him there in detention. But for them to sentence him, it's just maybe an exaggeration. So, nothing of such is going to happen. So, just let me know what you think in the comment section of the video and drop a like and follow. Thank you very much and see you for the next one.